In 5 seconds, you will experience
School bus massacre.
So the next house for the review is going to be Giggles and Go. Now, the concept of clowns kind of, I wouldn't say it never excites me as such. I always find it's kind of usually a funny house like the Jack the Clown's 3D house back in 17. Obviously a lot of stuff keeps reverting back to 17 this time, which is kind of strange. Bit coincidental, but Giggles and Go, kind of look forward to this house. I always thought it was going to be the fun house. It's in the disaster queue. I've always kind of been looking for that next H.R. Blood and Guts house, which I thought was absolutely fantastic. It was funny, it was visually great to look at. You had to go through it quite a few times to kind of have a look at everything that was going on, because it was just like a madhouse in there. This is the same. Now, excuse me, a lot of people's favourite disaster queue house has been Leave It to Cleave. Now, I actually didn't like the house. Leave It to Cleave, I thought it was okay. And some people have said that some certain houses, disaster queue area, has not always been great. Now, Abbott Clash Year was horrible. It wasn't a great house, to be fair. But The Walking Dead obviously was bad enough as well. That was there. But I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That was a few years back. I liked H.R. Blood and Guts. I thought it was a fantastic house. Doomsday was appalling. Probably all the worst houses, or the worst house I've ever been in. But Giggles and Go is one of the best houses, disaster queue houses I've been in. Also, it was one of the best houses this year. I thought it was extremely funny. I loved the little things like the different coloured chains that I had dangling down. I thought it was a nice little touch. Different types of clowns in there, not just obviously the ones at the end that were all grotesque. They were all different. It was tall, thin, big, round, you know. All different types of gags were going on in there. People getting tortured, mutilated. I loved the part when you walked in and there was like the kind of Dr. Clown working on the person. His eyes were stretched open and he were making him watch Woody Woodpecker. The facade, as Psycho Massacre film said, was the same as Leave It to Cleaver. Obviously it's the same sort of thing, it's a factory. So I actually loved this house. The shit in the queue video wasn't great. Look, I loved all that, say the different clowns. I loved Jack's blender being in there. You could press the button, make it go off. I also loved like the cell area where you could put your hand in and there was a gag there. You press the big red button and it sprayed with water and a bit of a noise, a bit of air. All the different types of clowns. Someone said, and I'll put, obviously this house was not in the Unmasked Horror Tour, which is a shame because I would have loved to have gone through this house. This would have been one of my favourite houses to go through. Someone said Jack the Clown was above. And in recent times, or this week, it's been revealed in the video when HHN24 ended. They put video on Jack the Clown on the video basically. So Jack the Clown is back next year. I was talking to Mike Aiello and TJ Marino, or Marino, I can't know how you pronounce his name, sorry, and we were talking to Outside Purge. There's a photo of me with him as well. And they didn't really say too much, but we was having a brief chat about how I come from the UK and I come all the time and etc. And I love, like, I miss the icons. And they said, they said to us, make sure you come back next year because it's going to be going old school. So I said then, also we're having Jack the Clown back, and said, oh, you'll have to wait and see, with a smile on the face. So it was kind of a shock that Jack the Clown wasn't in this house prominently. But if he's going to come back next year, well, we'll forgive him. But next year to me is going to be an amazing event, but that'll be another video. So Giggles and Go, excuse me, Giggles and Go, great house. Absolutely fun scares, water scares, pranks, people jumping out. Me, my brother and wife went through his house early on in the night, was the only people going in. fantastic house, absolutely fantastic. Every scare the corner does, you jumped out at us, you're getting scared but you're laughing at the same time, which is all part of the event. Absolutely great house. So we're down now to, so my kind of joint top, or maybe slightly second favourite house, is Halloween. Halloween, before went to Halloween Horror Nights, was going to be the house that a lot of people were looking forward to, my friend Psycho Massacre Films. This was a mind blow for him when it got announced. It was a shame it got announced the way it did when it got leaked, or a shame we all knew about it. It would have been amazing to have this just kind of come out of the blue, but I thought from everything, from going to see the house at the night, as you went in the queue and you seen the kind of projection on there where it made the house look old, and then the Halloween thing came in the middle, the sign, and then also from when you see the projection on the windows where you see a little Michael Myers get the knife, go across into the next room, kill his sister. Absolutely fantastic. I'll try and see the link. There's got to be a video out on YouTube. We took one, wasn't great though. Got to put a video up of that somewhere. It was absolutely fantastic, from the pumpkin on the porch. I was privileged to go and do the Lights on Tour, the Unmasking the Horror Tourist house, and did not disappoint. It was absolutely amazing. Some of the stuff we got told, compared to other houses, you can see this is the same as American Werewolf in London, where it's something they wanted to do. They weren't forced to do this. It's something that they enjoyed doing. Put a lot of time and effort into it, making it work. I was surprised that it wasn't a tent, not a soundstage. It still surprises me to this day. But maybe the facade has something to do with it. Maybe, but I'm not sure. But the facade was amazing, absolutely amazing. It was up there with Nightmare on Elm Street, another HHN 17 house. But yeah, the facade for Freddy's house was amazing. This was the same. Plus, it had the projection. From when you walk in for the room, well, you go through the corridor and it's got the writing on the wall, which is I think Samhain. It's pronounced. It's Irish. It's obviously for evil. But the thing is that I'm pretty sure I'm not as some people think it says Samhain. It's pronounced Samhain. I'm sure it's in part 2. I'm not 100% if it's in part 1. I may be wrong. From the little Michael Myers person coming out the door to the mirror kind of way behind it, and the next thing Michael Myers, as the one we see him, jumps out. I can't 100% quote this, but they did tell me this, but I can't remember because I went through it quite a few times. As you go around and Michael Myers is killing someone with the which is a scare further on, but when they're killing someone with the phone line, they said it was a person at first, and then it went to a mannequin. I always just remember not really doing anything, so I thought it was a mannequin. I thought the scene when Michael's killing Bob and he's got stabbing the body against the wall, and he'd just turn at you. He'd turn you from the side and give you the old dead tilt, and then come at you. I thought that was outstanding. I thought the Michael Myers in this house were great. They played the part brilliantly. They wasn't just being like scare actors, they were reenacting scenes out of a movie, which is a lot harder than just jumping out and doing your own thing, because you have to stay to a kind of a guideline. From going to the garage to making you go outside to a person getting strangled. So I just thought there was a lot of it, like the body on the stairs, the Judith Myers headstone above the bed, and the pumpkin on the windows, and Michael Myers coming out of a door, and I just thought it was absolutely great. I thought it was American Werewolf in London-esque, the way the scares were done. I thought it was great. Every part of the house was detailed to the max. Made you seem like you was in kind of the original house. They got a lot of stuff back, that dated items to make it seem more authentic. Like I say, also when you go outside and you go through the back alleys and gardens, the scene with the kids trick-or-treating was a little nod to Halloween 3 season, which people all go, oh, no way, no Michael Myers in Halloween 3. Well, there was obviously supposed to spawn off the franchise to things that happen on Halloween night. That was why that was there. But the mask, and if anyone noticed the radio on the windowsill, if you listen quite closely, you could hear the Halloween, the theme tune for the mask, the Silver Shamrock, that one. And then when you go into the living room, when Michael Myers attacks Laurie Strode at the couch, and he's got the knit needle in his neck. On the screen, a lot of people may have only just seen that they had the thing from another planet on the screen. Sometimes, if you would look at it, it did play the Silver Shamrock TV advert, which I really love stuff like that. The thing with the closet scene, at first when I went into it, I thought, oh, it's a bit daft, but then they explained that they wanted to reenact that scene, but they didn't know how to do it with just making you walk past and smashing the closet. They added that you was inside the closet, so that's why the doors are shaking and then the hand comes through, which I thought was great. I thought everything about the house was great, to be fair. Excuse me, my cough. Loads of this scene with loads of Michael Myers in there. Now there was a thing that what they was going to do is with the theme tune, when it hits a note, they was going to have one spotlight on a Michael Myers, when it hits another note, another spotlight on another Michael Myers, and it hits the other note, another spotlight, and then next thing when it kicks in, there's just going to be strobe lighting all over, and all the Michael Myers come to life. Well, the ones that are actors come to life, so he didn't know, but he said it just didn't quite work out with the amount of people going through the house, that some people would have just seen one strobe light hit, and by the time they got out of that room they wouldn't have seen that actually the scene that goes on. So what they just did is they just made it that the strobe light went off and people were getting attacked, which is it is a shame in a sense, but I can understand where they're coming from. Dr. Loomis' character was great. Shot him 6 times. I shot him 6 times. And then you got him outside, and you've got Michael hiding around the corner, which was another scare that some people didn't expect, which was quite funny, which is great. So yeah, the Halloween Grey House, one of the highlights of the event, Halloween. Alright, so Halloween, that was the review for that one. And 5. This review is going to be for what was my favourite house of Halloween Horror Nights. 2014 HHN 24 was The Walking Dead, end of the line. A lot of people ate on The Walking Dead, a lot of people didn't want The Walking Dead back. I was kind of like that, but end of the day, I thought this and Halloween saved the event for me. This house was amazing, massive, but not just because it was massive, because I just thought the scares in there were the most intense. It was the closest it was the most claustrophobic house in there, considering a lot of the houses were open space. Even though this was big, the facade was absolutely epic. It was so big, so beautiful. There was the watchtower blown up, there was Herschel's head there, there was Michonne's sword there, there was dead bodies all over the place. Also, if anybody's supposed to know, the first room you walk in the house, the zombie that was right there, he sometimes, which I've never seen, will go into the facade area and scare people in the queue. Only happens rarely, but yeah, that's what we got told on the tour. So that's something that, if anyone's seen that, comment below. I'd like to understand what he actually did in that area. Now, you walked in, you seen a dead pig that was infected, that then causes the infection. As you walk in, you see the prisoners blown up. You also see like the people who got the infection in that cell block, where they all got infected. They all coming out of cells, which was similar to the end scene in the last house of Walking Dead last year. You then got above you the one guy who's dead on the netting, which was obviously the person that Herschel gets the mask off and gives it to Glenn. But there was I loved the fact that as you went into you had the shower scene, which is always good because you don't know who's going to come out of the shower, which was obviously where the guy who was infected by the pig, who gets ill, drops dead, next thing goes and kills someone in the shower, causing the walkers then to come out. Once you get out of the prison, you had the country club with the rich bitch stuck to all the sign on. You had the guy hanging, which was great, where he's moving around because he's just hanging, which is like the show, with great effect. That reminded me of the Phantom of the Opera one in HHN 19, if anyone remembers that one. I just thought the rooms were massive, they were like life size, they weren't just like a little bit. You then went you had like the big spot, which was, if anyone remembers the big spot, absolutely huge helicopter crashing, shells, realistic size shop, zombies coming out of everywhere. One thing I will say though, the zombie cart, when the zombies come across, it was so cheaply that I just couldn't believe they put that in. I thought it was a cheap effect that didn't really work. Didn't know I was supposed to laugh or what like that, but oh well. The part when we go out there and you're going through the trees, you're on your way to Terminus and arms are coming out everywhere, that I thought was a great effect. The tunnel got me all the time. I was too busy concentrating on one and want another one to get me. I thought it was absolutely great that I did the tunnel. You had the zombie eating the rat on the rail tracks. You had the charcoal zombies. You had the army zombies in the tents, etc. It was just, I just thought it was absolutely huge and just absolutely fantastic. I just thought it was great. The lighting, the scenery. The only thing I will say is the Terminus power which they have to put in was, I thought, was quite lame in a sense. The people, you could tell they looked bored. They wasn't getting a scare off anyone. The woman flipping like the burger / person, you know, and it was like a little nod because they have to put it in there. I get it, but that was kind of not so good. The only thing I loved is they had the HHN icon names right along the top, which I've got pictures of on my video I'll put on for the Unmasking the Horror tour. One thing I will say is when I was on a tour, I got told off a guy. I asked him what happened, what was the last scene about in the Walking Dead house where you're in the maze, it's strobe light, zombies coming at you, because obviously you've gone to Terminus now, that doesn't happen. And he said, well, maybe there's something to do with part 5, you'll have to see. Well, when I got home, season 5 started the day after, and lo and behold, zombies crash into Terminus, well, go rampaging through Terminus, which was the end scene, was a nod to season 5. Also, if anyone noticed, did anyone see McLovin's name from Superbad on the wall in Terminus, where he obviously had been sacrificed? So yeah, so The Walking Dead was my favourite house, with Halloween. And I'll give Walking Dead a 9 out of 10. I'll give Halloween an 8.5 out of 10. I will give Giggles and Go a 8 out of 10. I will give the next house, Dollhouse, I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. I will give I'll do the worst, Dracula, I'll give a 1 out of 10. From Dusk Till Dawn, I'll give a 4. Roanoke, I'll give a 3.5. And I've left another house that I think I've left. I don't know if I've left another. Aliens vs Predator, I'll give a 6. But Aliens vs Predator 6 is all based on the theatrics of the house and the way it looked. Nothing to do with the scares or anything. But yeah, that's the review. Now the event, as I was going to say, the event for me felt it felt like it was lacking something. It just felt let down. It just felt like there was something missing. The scare zones, everything was at the front of the park, which I was arguing a toss at first. It did feel a bit left out at the back, like where Kids Hill was. I just felt that I don't know. It just didn't seem. It seemed missing. So The Purge was good. The Purge was really good. I'll lower my hands on top. That was more of a show. The show was good. Scare Zone, not too great, but I appreciate The Purge was the saving grace of the Scare Zones. The Bayou of the Blood. By the time after the first night we got there, the sacrifice was pulled. It wasn't a great scare zone. It doesn't really scare me. The thing with the show, I thought it was a good idea. Maybe it would have been better as an house, and Roanoke would have been better as a scare zone, possibly. But voodoo people, they don't really do anything other than do sacrifices. They're not really scary per se to look at. They're not monsterish like so. Yeah, and Face Off was just a picture opportunity place. I appreciate what it did, but it was just 7 all over again, which I didn't really like 7 as such, because it was just a picture opportunity. I will say though, the scare actors, the ones who were roaming in that park, were the best scare actors at the park. So they got me, but the rest of it didn't. The guys, they were intense and they were going at people and running at them and everything. I just thought they were the best scare actors. I enjoyed the event as such, but I just thought it was a bit lacklustre this year. I thought it was lacking in atmosphere. I was lacking the atmosphere, and there was just something missing. It just wasn't quite right. The houses didn't kind of hit keynotes this year. I felt it relied too much on you having to visit the houses quite a few times, which really shouldn't have to do. Halloween and The Walking Dead were great. I felt A lot of the other houses were average. I thought Aliens vs Predator was nice, I enjoyed it, but maybe it's because I like Aliens and I like Predator. If I didn't like Aliens and Predator, I probably would have thought the house was bad. I've been in a lot better houses than Aliens vs Predator, from Dusk Till Dawn and Roanoke and Dracula. I thought The Walking Dead, Giggles, Halloween and Dollhouse were the saving grace of the event. The shows, we watched Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted, Bill and Ted, I think a lot of people get that now. You either like it or you don't now. I enjoy it for what it is. It's a way, if you've gone to the event for a few nights, it's something I'd watch once. If, for instance, I was going one night, I probably won't watch it. Rocky Horror Show, didn't watch it, so I can't really comment, and I won't comment. The only thing I will say is I've been to see the actual live show over in England, and I don't feel the need to go and see that show again. It's not really my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. I've got the DVD here, so that's a bit stupid to say that, in all honestly. It's kind of more of a, you've got to be in that mood for me. It's not really. I wasn't, when I was Halloween Horror Nights, I go to get scared, not for that. So yeah. Anything else? Halloween Horror Nights 25. Now we'll actually do a separate video. No, I'll just talk about it now. Jack the Clown will be back next year, we know that. It's going to be 25 years of Halloween Horror Nights, so we're going to have all the icons back, similar to 20, if not more so, because it's obviously 25 years. Will the Walking Dead be back? I presume it will be back, yeah. I can't see why not. The survey indicates a lot of Walking Dead questions now. The Walking Dead brings a lot of people to the park. It's now just, I think it's been released, the episode from Sunday night has got more viewers than the American football. So why would Universal, Comcast, etc. drop something that makes so much money from their event? They're there to make money at the end of the day. They've just opened Gringotts. Skull Island will open next year. So they're not going to throw money away, because that's what it is. Basically, for one house, the amount of money it brings in just for one house, I don't mind it. But what could they do? We've only been in a couple of episodes so far. We've got a full year left before, so we'll see what the series brings. You'll obviously have the cannibals term that's been attacked, so we'll be on the same wavelength again, I should imagine. So yeah, The Walking Dead, I presume, will be back. I can't see why not. In a sense, I'll enjoy it. I mean, it was the best house this year for me. I thought the house was good last year. So if you like zombies, alright, it's The Walking Dead. It's the title of The Walking Dead, but it's still just zombies at the end of the day. It's all the same as having a vampire house every year. And this year we had a couple. We had Dusk Till Dawn and Dracula. So no matter what, though, I can't. If we have an house like Resident Evil and Dracula again, it's gonna suck. So let's hope there's a lot more original content next year. They give us something that we don't know until coming up to the event. Getting a bit bored of knowing the houses come April, May, even though I do update videos, etc. I get that, but the excitement's missing. I enjoyed this year. I didn't enjoy it as much as last year. The previous years, I thought it was one of the worst ones I've been to in my time. But I don't jump on the boat to say that the event's declining, because I thought last year's event was absolutely spectacular. Other than the streets, I'll say that, but I thought the houses were amazing, probably one of the best sets of houses I ever had. So the event's not in decline. We've had a not so great year. It's been good that we've been able to enjoy it, but when we sit back, is it going to be one that we really look back and miss? Probably not. It was just good to say I'd been to that one, enjoyed it. Let's move on to the next one. So that's my HHN 24 review. I'll do the other videos coming up soon. I did tweet and say we're having loads of videos put up. Ones from Universal and the Unmasking the Horror Tour one. So stay tuned. But I hope you enjoyed the review anyway. State your comments below if you agree, disagree, appreciate anything, appreciate the talks, etc. So HHN 24, what did you think? See you later, bye. Oh, make sure you subscribe to Horror Night Updaters, myself, UKHHN, and Dr. McBrown 1, Psycho Massacre Films, Mr. Horror Nights, Red Steel TV, Deadly Fear 1283, he does exist still, and also First Class Horror, Crazy Englishman, HHN Trogdor, and if there's anyone else I've missed out there, please remind me. But there are lots and lots of people with different views, different comments, enjoy all the videos. It's me, UKHHN, signing out. Capiche.